Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host, Paladin Robin. Folks, today we're going to be looking at the new set, Aetherdrift. We're going to be going through the rarities that we have. We're going to be looking at what I think are the top 10 best cards for each of those rarities. So take a look on the channel. We got a whole bunch of videos. This is a 4-video series that we're putting out for you guys to kind of go over the new cards in this set here. All right, so this is a video for the top 10 best masterpiece cards in Aetherdrift. All right, let's take a look. These cards are coming out in no particular order. Here's the first one I want to point out. Pia Nalar, Chief Mechanic. All right, for 10, you get a 2/4 creature. This is a human artificer. When a creature you control deals combat damage, if you control a vehicle card, your vehicle supports gain 2 shield. Then your first creature gains trample. All right, so that's an interesting part here, but the big part is this. At the end of your turn, create a Nalar Aetherjet token. That's the big one here, and if you've been paying attention to the channel, you'll see that this is one of the ones that I featured for the spoiler season. And you know what? This is an excellent card. I really do like this one. If you want to see the whole coverage on that one, go ahead and take a look at the spoiler video that I put out. But just real quickly here, the Nalar Aetherjet, this is what it looks like. At the beginning of your turn, create a Racer Pilot token. If you control a pilot, your first pilot gets XX instead. And X is the highest shield among supports that you control. So this is a really good one because it gives a big buff. And I do like this one a lot. I definitely would use this with tokens and the Jeska Vanguard. That's a really good combo, right? Jeska Vanguard plus the tokens will shoot out a lot of shields for the Vanguard. And then this one here, as you can see, will give your creatures a big buff, or actually your first pilot creature, which will be this one here. So very cool, really, really strong one. I do like this one a whole lot. Excellent card. The next one is this one here. Pima Trailblazer. All right, this is for 17. You get a 3/3 Elephant Warrior. When this creature deals combat damage, increase this card's level by X. X is equal to this creature's power. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, you may have this creature get +Y/+Y. If you do, this card's level becomes 1. Exhaust. Your creatures get +Y/+Y. Y is equal to this card's level. All right, so really quickly, let's go over Exhaust. Exhaust is here. You may exile a card from your hand. If you do, your other cards on the battlefield without the exhausted emblem will perform their exhausted effects. After an exhausted effect is performed, those cards will gain the exhausted emblem. So basically, you'll be able to hit this one time, and it's a nice big buff here. You can see you're going to get YY. Y is equal to the level. This is going to be a buff that's permanent and for all your creatures. So that's really, really good. What you're going to want to do is make that Y really big. And the way you do that is you begin to level this guy up, make his power really, really high. That's going to help you to just bulk all the rest of your creatures when you hit this exhaust. All right. Super, super cool. All right. Now let's take a look at the next one. Territorial Aether Kite for 13. This is a cat dragon creature that's 6/5 with haste and flying. Really interesting here. There's a lot of things you can do with this. I'll read it to you and you can see what I mean. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X/+0 until the end of turn. X is a number of creatures and creature reinforcements you control up to 25. Then boost 2. It deals damage equal to its power to your opponent's planeswalker and to the first opposing creature. All right, so boost 2, we'll take a look here. It says when you cast cards with boost, your planeswalker gains the speed emblem if you don't already have it. When your creatures deal combat damage to the opposing planeswalker, your speed value will increase. Cards with boost have effects that only activate if your speed value is equal or higher to the card's boost level. So basically, you're going to have a boost level of 2, not super hard to get, right? Not super hard to get at all. And you're going to be able to hit this. This one, I think, is a nice ability, but the power of this card, the strength of this card is this buff here. You're going to get +X/+0. X is going to be a number as high as 25. You're going to get that. You're going to add it to here. What's going to be cool is this guy is going to attack on the first turn. It enters the battlefield. And you know what? I definitely use this with Sarkhan 1. Sarkhan 1 is an excellent, excellent planeswalker. You can get this one out. You can buff it using Sarkhan 1's third ability. That's going to give you a nice boost here. And you know what? That's going to just be something that really does a ton of damage. Throw this thing in a dragon deck with Sarkhan 1, and yeah, you're going to be able to do some really good things. That's especially true if you're going to be able to hit that third ability, but then get this one to play first, right? So you're probably going to have to do a match 5 or something like that. But if you get these things going, that's going to be pretty big. That's going to be really, really big. I look forward to playing with this one here. Definitely. All right, let's take a look at the next one that we have. Misa World Soul Speaker. For 18, you get a 3/3 creature. Landfall, creature and support cards in your hand gain 10 mana. So this is going to be a good one as well. I think you could play this with decks that will convert a lot of gems. Obviously, if you convert gems, you'll hit this landfall ability, and then all the creatures and support cards in your hand will get you some free mana. So this one, you can really just envision it really bringing tons and tons of free mana into your hand, and that's excellent. For those of you that are not familiar with Landfall, that's just one of those abilities that will trigger whenever you match 4 or more gems. So obviously this one is going to be great in a convert deck, as I mentioned. Hit that Landfall as many times as you can, and really just get tons and tons of free conversions, tons and tons of free mana. Sweet card here. All right, let's take a look at the next one. This is the next one, Adaptive Omni Tool. For 17, you get an artifact equipment. And it's a nice support card you can see here on your screen. At the beginning of your turn, your creatures get +1/+1 for each artifact you control. When your first creature attacks, fetch the first artifact card from your library. That card gains full mana. So there's a lot of good things that I like about this card. You get the full mana thing here. That's awesome. Your creatures are going to attack anyway. You might as well get something out of it. So awesome. At the beginning of your turn, your creatures get 1/1. That's excellent as well. You're definitely going to be able to use that. I would definitely try to see if I can use this with a lot of token supports that don't reinforce, right? That's going to be nice because you're going to be able to capitalize on this. Many of them, like the gold tokens, are just one of them. Those ones are going to trigger this thing here. They're going to be counted. So you're going to get a good buff, and it's for all your creatures, and it's permanent. So really, really good one. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Fire Shrieker. For 17, this is an artifact support card. At the beginning of your turn, your creatures get +3/+3 until the beginning of your next turn. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gains double strike. Those of you that watch the channel, you know that I love double strike. There's no way to just get damage out more consistently and more ferociously than double strike. That's just one of those that I try to include as much as possible in my creature decks. So double strike is going to be excellent here. You get it for the creatures that enter the battlefield under your control. So that's really, really excellent. You're never going to have to worry. If you're one of those players that are looking for double strike, you're never going to have to worry because this one is going to be able to place it every single time your creature comes into play. And what's cool is this is a colorless one. So this one can go in any deck that you want to play it in. So really awesome. All right, here's the next one, Priest of the Crossing. This is 17 for 3/3. You're getting a zombie bird cleric. When this creature enters the battlefield, fetch the first vehicle card from your library. That card gains full mana. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control get +X/+X. X is a number of vehicle cards you control. This one I really think is going to be a very, very good one when you play it with cards like Kylox, right? Kylox, the Volt Strider, is a very good card. If you fetch that one, that's hopefully going to be the only vehicle in your deck. You're going to be able to get a buff from the Kylox Volt Strider, and you're also going to be able to get one here. So that's going to be super helpful. As you can see, it's all creatures that will benefit from this buff. It's a permanent buff, and that's going to be something that really just helps you to do a lot of damage to your opponent. So excellent, excellent card. All right, let's take a look at the next one. On Wings of Gold for 12. This is a support card. It's an enchantment with 4 shields. At the beginning of your turn, your creature tokens get +1/+1 for their reinforcements. Then, if you control the zombie creatures you control gain flying until the beginning of your next turn. When a card leaves your graveyard, create a white zombie token. Okay, so let me start by clicking on this. White zombie, nothing super crazy, nothing super incredible. but it's going to provide you with a zombie. That's going to be nice. You can see you get the benefit here. What I really like is this part here, the first part, right? These creature tokens you control will get 1/1 for each of their reinforcements. For me, I think this is going to be a great card in a deck that runs creature tokens. Obviously, I'd probably run that with Watley Radiant Champion. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's the green and white one. That one is going to be really good. I just love going creature tokens with her, and she's just a great planeswalker to maximize that ability. All right, so check that out. Hopefully, I'll get this card soon, and then you'll get to see on this channel how I kind of envision and put something together for that specific playstyle. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Here's the next one. This one I'm super excited to get. I hope I get it soon. This one is Temet Noctimon's Will. For 12, you get a 4/4 zombie wizard. It says when your first creature attacks, draw a card, then gain 7 mana. When you draw a card, reinforce all zombie creatures you control. Obviously, this one is going to be great with zombie tokens. Big zombie creatures will probably be even better. You get big, nasty, heavy ones that do a lot of damage. This is going to be excellent for that. It's a really good part of the card here. You get to reinforce those zombies. Obviously, what I would do is try to draw a ton of cards in a single turn, draw a ton of cards over the course of several turns. That's really going to help. At this point, once you have a good draw mechanic going, you're going to be able to win games just by drawing, just by beefing up those big zombies that you got. So really cool. I really want to point out also this first one here. When your first creature attacks, draw a card, then you gain 7 mana. You know what? That 7 mana, that's going to be helpful. I think we all know that a lot of times we're in a position where we're going to have to just get cards out quickly because maybe the opponent's got a lot of good things going. And this 7 mana here is going to help you to get cards out quickly. It's going to help you to defend yourself or even go on offense. And really, this is an excellent card. Very good card. Very well-rounded. Got a lot of abilities and got a lot of uses, I think, for different styles of play. So, sweet card. All right, here's the last one that I'm going to be showing in this video. This one is Etheric Amplifier. For 7 mana, you get an artifact. Gets 4 shield here. You can see it on your screen. 4 shield. At the beginning of your turn, convert 3 gems to one of the colors of your greatest mana bonuses. Boost 3. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, your first creature gets +X/+X. X is the number of creatures and creature reinforcements you control up to 15. All right, so this is going to be cool. What I do like about this is it's a permanent buff, right? All you got to do is hit the boost. It's a permanent buff that you get, and it's at least 15, or I should say it's up to 15, and that's going to be great. It's permanent. It's all your creatures. It's a nice one that happens all the time after you get that first boost ability going. Sweet card here. All right, guys, that's what I think are the 10 best for the Mythics. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Share with all your friends. That really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys.